All right. So, update for the night. We put up some lighting so we can work in here because it is, as you can see, dark out. We're coming up on the time to stop because it's going to be too loud, and I don't want to have to deal with the police coming out here and telling us that we can't work. So, we're finishing up the last bit up front over here to show you what we've got done so far. Originally, I thought that a lot of this was surface rust just from the looks of it, but after I got to cleaning it up, and I'll show you the part over here that I went to with the wire wheel, you can see it's actually adhesive. That's what they used to glue down the rubber matting that went all up underneath the stairs. I had a little bit left up here that I got to take care of, but for the most part, this rust that I am finding is very minimal. It's mostly surface rust. I do have it in the corners of some of the wheel wells. So my next thing is I'm going to check all of these lines to see if they're still good. If not, I don't want to delete that. What I'm going to do is if I find a bad line, I'm going to replace the line. Make sure that we don't have any pinhole leaks. Make sure I don't have any dry rot. So far, it looks really good, but it runs up to here, drops down underneath the bus, through here, and then comes right back up here, and then follows all the way back up, and it goes to the front heater. Now, I'm going to make them accessible. I don't think I'm going to put the tin covers back on them, because if there is a leak, I don't want it to be a nightmare to get to any of that tubing, because that would be god-awful. I'm probably going to do the same thing with all of my electrical. I'm going to pull these down, and I want to see how much room I have back behind there, because if I can make something that'll fit up there, that I can run all of my wiring behind and just have little access ports where I can run my wiring out. If I do get a bad wire, it won't be incredibly difficult to get to. I may even make it to where I cut this and give myself a little insert in order to lay my wiring in. That way at the back of a cabinet I can have an access panel if I need to get back there. What I don't want to do is make it to where none of my wiring is accessible. That way if I do end up with bad wiring or end up with a short, I can at least find all my wiring. That's about it for the update. You can see that we got quite a bit done. We're going to try acetone to see if we can get a majority of this adhesive up, because right now the wire wheel, that took a good 20 minutes just to do that tiny spot right there. That ain't fun. That is not fun. Not to mention having to wear the mask and the glasses, just but if we can get acetone in here, wear proper PPE, make sure that we're ventilated, I think it might be able to pull this up a little better, and from there we can wire wheel the rust, get it down to a point where we're able to work with it, see if we've got anything that needs to be patched up. I do have a soft spot here, and I think what it is if you look close enough, these are like, I'm pretty sure this is either tin, maybe it might be steel, I'm not sure, I have to look it up and read up on it, but this here comes up to right here, and I think it's probably got screws that mounts it to this piece here that may have come out over the last 20 years or so. But the goal is I'm going to climb up underneath here, I'm going to see what it looks like, either mount a support bracket or remount this to this box. Then cool thing I found out, and I didn't do an update on this, and I apologize for that. This actually comes out and it gives me access to the motor back there, which is going to be awesome. However, my bed's going to go right here. So I'm debating on how I'm going to make that possible. I think what I might end up doing is making it to where the bed rolls back. That way if I ever do need to do work on the motor, I can get to it. Other than that, that's all we've gotten far, or how far we've gotten today. So I will see y'all tomorrow afternoon when we get in here and we clean up some more. I'm going to try the acetone. I'll let you know how that came out. For anybody that's wanting to do this, if you've got this is a 2000 Bluebird, A3RE. It's rear engine. I was expecting to find plywood down here because a lot of the builds that I've seen have plywood. I did not find plywood. What I found was essentially bare metal. If you have a bus like that, this is going to save you so much time, at least from what I found, is one of these little flat shovels. I took this sucker. Originally, I was using a putty knife. Like, it essentially looks like a spatula. And that was taking forever. And this stuff just did not want to come up. I took this and I would slide it up underneath and it would pull huge chunks of it up. I mean, some of it has a little bit more adhesive than the rest of it. So you're going to have to put a little bit of work into it, but it'll come up a lot better with this. I was pulling out chunks a foot, 2 foot at a time. One of the things that we found helped out a lot is taking a box cutter and cutting out squares and cutting out around the corners, because I got to pull the screws up. Some of those screws are stuck. I do have a set of easy outs, and they have come in handy. They have come in really, really handy. That way I'm not having to drill anything out. I just take that easy out. One end's got a drill bit on it, drills down into the screw. The other end has it's like a beveled screw, and it digs into that sucker and it pulls it right out, and it works amazing. It's a hell of a lot better than taking a flathead hammer and beating into a screw to make the screw work. Oh, I think we're done over on.
What? I think the stairs are done.
You think the stairs are done?
Yeah, that bottom one could probably be flattened out a little bit better, but some more.
Yeah, it's a little too late to be running it. So, everybody.
Sure. We can hand sand it though, can't we? Hi, everybody.
We can hand sand it. RJ's up there somewhere. You can see him right there. He's rocking out. He's being our foreman right now.
It's spelled the same way, but I guess it's the same company.
But yeah, this is what we've gotten done.
And it's spelled the exact same way.
The other thing is, I think this is fiberglass. I don't believe that's metal. I guess I'll find out when I start scrubbing it down. But we will send out an update tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. Bye.